Jones Homes, creators of beautiful new homes, are proud sponsors of Blues TV and Macclesfield Rugby Club.
Time on. Use it! He's engaged. What's the more? 7 out! Out. Your player engaged, made it a more.
Scored by David Marwick. Sponsored by Action for Sick Children.
Good! Good!
Scored by Frankie Barker. Sponsored by Clive Hammond.
Oh! 14 blue, high tackle. Good down. That's it. Forward, no side! One slide! Out one! He's got three! Five. Side entry, broke his bind, side entry number 5. One out! Advantage. One. Yeah, gives you the side entry. Go! Off feet, 8! Not for me. Head between the ball and the floor. 7. Side entry. 39.
Yeah, rumble.
Five, no clear release. Carry the ball.
Yeah, my man. Good. Good. Yeah, let's go. Let's go then, last. He's trying to stand me.
Eight out!
Get in there! Get in there! Go!
Try.
Scored by Ryan Parkinson. Sponsored by Bennett Brooks.
Outside green! One stop!
Ready, go!
Try.
Scored by Ryan Parkinson. Sponsored by Bennett Brooks.
Advantage knock on.
Oh, come on. Oh boy.
13 out of it. 14 out. Time's off. Time's off. Guys, just separate, please. Just take your team away. Move away, everyone. Likewise, don't move, don't encroach. Stay there. Move away. Okay, Mark, I've blown the whistle and I've seen blue 13 and green 14 holding on to each other on the floor. No offence, bit of handbags and a word as far as I'm concerned. Have you anything else to add to that?
No, nothing to add. That was all I saw. I had a word with the player, but they were doing nothing either.
Yeah, no
told me
problem.
not getting
All right, that's fine. Cheers.
The knock-on was back there.
Yeah, that's fine. Captain, 14. Captain, 13. Okay, gents. The attitude off the ball needs to improve. I don't want to see people holding on to each other. If it continues, then we escalate the sanctions. We have no option, so it's up to you two if you want to stay on the pitch for the next 17, 18 minutes or so. So your players, you need to deal with them. It's going to be a scrum here for the knock-on from blue. There'll be a green put in. Touch given.
Tough game today, and was a much case of job done then getting that win.
Yeah, we just had to get back to winning ways, get 5 points, and it's just we're into the end of the season. It wasn't pretty, and we're definitely not pleased with it. It was frustrating, pitch was really heavy, a few decisions didn't go away, and they just sort of eat into the game at the wrong time, took our wind out of ourselves a little bit, but yeah, just pleased to get 5 points and get out there.
So, first reactions to that, and was it very much a case of job done?
Well, there's always going to be some rust. We've obviously had 2 weeks off, and sometimes you've got to go and win ugly. And Marshall made that point after the game when we were in the shed. The last 20 minutes was certainly fairly average, but then you look at the first 20 minutes, and I thought we did exactly what we've worked on during the course of this week. And you think, we might be able to kick on here and really play some very, very exciting rugby. Unfortunately, we made a couple of poor decisions and didn't really get out of our own half for 20 minutes. And at a half-time score, Leicester thoroughly deserved to be where they were. I'm a little bit disappointed to have 2 men sent to the sin bin. Not entirely sure the second one was justified. We'll have to talk to the officials about that. But win to win, 5 points, and Leicester didn't really look like scoring in the second half, which was important to us.
So back at home then next weekend, how happy will the boys be to be back at Priory Park? Seems like an age since we played at home.
Yeah, because I just want to play on a flat track that's not up to your knees in mud. You know, we see lads like Charlie Venables on a dry pitch. I think he'll raise some eyebrows certainly. I think he's looking really sharp. Got to polish off a few things, but I think our back line is looking great. You know, if we got more ball today, we were tearing them up first half. But when we get a dry pitch, it'll be a completely different story. Never had a season like it, the amount of rain we've had. Yeah, nice to be at home, but I'd like the pitch to dry out a bit to allow us to play some more rugby.
So you mentioned going down to 13 then. How do you think the side dealt with that, being 2 men down for 10 minutes?
Well, we managed to knock some time off the clock. Obviously, we get a driving maul and then a penalty. Sometimes you just got to knuckle down. Everyone knows the drill. You've got to roll up your sleeves and just get on with it. And I think the boys did that very well. We've got some good experience in there, and we've been in situations like that before, much as it pains me to say it. And we did all right. We handled it as well as we could have done.
Was it a case of getting back into it as well? So the last 2 weeks with the bad weather.
Yeah, it's nothing worse, especially after losing to Colby early in the season. You just want to get playing again. So, you know, we're dying to get back out there, and it's just still frustrating that we can't get back. Really want to come back with a bang, but I think all of it just didn't go our way. Conditions particularly just slowed us down, made it a bit difficult. So, you know, we'll kick back on next week hopefully.
So a tough place to come then, and to get 5 points must be very pleasing to really stay at the top.
Yeah, you always want to get 5 points. You know, I know we say win first, but if you're going to win, you want to try and get 5. And it's good to just get back on the field playing some rugby really. Hopefully the weather's passed through and we'll be able to keep playing for the rest of the season. There's a long way to go. We've got 13 games left and we've got to make sure that we tick them off one at a time.
Go down to 13 men and still sort of hold out, add 3 points during it. How well do you think you dealt with being at 13?
Not very well, because we can see the 12 points. It is doable. But, you know, they had their tails up, so, you know, partly my fault. I kicked it out on the full with a maul and then 2 sin bins and 12 points. I felt like a bit of an idiot, but I knew as soon as we got a full 15 on the field and got back to playing our rugby that we'd tear it apart. And we didn't quite tear it apart, but we did what was needed.
Parky came off the bench, got 2 tries in the second half, a bit back of driving more, but they've got to be scored. How do you think his impact was?
Yeah, first touch of the ball, I think. He was straight on the back of that and over he went. The boys had obviously worked hard to get us in that position. Ryan, you know he's going to bring some explosiveness off the base of the scrum. I'm sure he won't enjoy the review when he sees that attempted pass to Fowlsy at the end. But everyone needs something to work on.
So yourself went back at 10 today. How happy will you be back in there?
Yeah, it's pleasing. Prefer playing 10 probably, but really when I play 12, I play 10 as well. Just push Lewis out because he's rubbish at playing 10. He's just like a fast lad putting near the ball. So it's probably a bit easier. I've only played 2 positions, so I played 12 and 10. So yeah, it's alright, but you know, we've worked well with having Lewis this year, and it's been a good experience sort of playing 12. I just want to like play rugby and, you know, want to win, so I'll play it properly if you want me to. I probably could have done better than those idiots today. Really scummage.
So you said, so the driving more was very much a key part to what we did today. Tries came from it. How pleasing was that? How well that worked? Was that something that was worked on during the week?
It's something we're always working on. It's obviously been a big weapon for us this year, but I wouldn't want anyone to think that we're one-dimensional. We rely solely on the maul. We can score tries from anywhere, as we showed off the kick-off, with some really good interplay between backs and forwards. But you know, it's just testament to how hard the boys work. It's testament to the coaching they get from Chris and Marshall, and we know that if we can get that going forward, then we're going to be able to play off it.
You want to be back to a flat track. How tough was that pitch out there today?
Oh, minging, horrible. But it wasn't like wet mud that we've had sometimes. It was the real sticky mud. It wasn't You know, handling conditions weren't that bad. It was just you couldn't get your feet out of it. You couldn't change direction. Just frustration, you know, particularly on class players. You want to give the ball in space, and it just slowed everything down that much. Yeah, look forward to it drying out.
Cheers, mate. Back to Priory Park on Saturday, coming against Tyndale. How happy will the boys be to be back at home?
Always great being at home. We always get great support from the crowd. Tyndale coming down, they're a team we've got a lot of history with, and we know them very, very well. They've obviously had a mixed season, but it'll be good to catch up with them, and hopefully, you know, they've obviously had a rough time with the weather and not being able to play at home. So, you know, we'll just be good to see them, and we'll have a beer after the game. I'm sure it'll be a good game of rugby as well, because they're a side that likes to chuck it about. And that'll be that.
Jones Homes, creators of beautiful new homes, are proud sponsors of Blues TV and Macclesfield Rugby Club.